There are days you feel beyond repair, not just hurt, shattered. Like your heart has been through too much, your past holds too many wrong turns, and your soul is just too heavy with regret. You tell yourself you've gone too far, messed up too many times, and there's no way God could still want someone like you. So you shrink back, try to keep your distance, pretend you're fine when deep down you wonder if you're disqualified from grace. Maybe you've even stopped praying because you think He's tired of hearing from you. But let this truth interrupt your spiral. God has never turned away from the broken. In fact, He's always moved toward them, every single time, and He's moving toward you now. God's love isn't reserved for the ones who get it right. It's poured out for the ones who can't hold it together. He didn't come for the perfect. He came for the lost, the bruised, the ashamed. The cross wasn't a transaction for the polished. It was a rescue for the shattered. That means you, with your guilt, your failures, your hidden pain, you are exactly the one He came for. He's not waiting for you to clean yourself up before He comes close. He enters the mess, the ruin, the ache, not with judgment, but with compassion. You don't have to fix yourself to be worthy of His love. You just have to be willing to let Him in. Because where you see a life in pieces, He sees the start of something beautiful, something redeemable, something He still calls His. Maybe you've tried to change. Maybe you've promised to do better, start over, be stronger, only to fall back again. And each time, the shame grows louder. You start to believe the lie, that you're beyond saving, that God must be disappointed, done, silent. But He's not. His grace doesn't shrink when you fail. It leans in closer. God isn't like people. He doesn't love in exchange for performance. He doesn't withdraw when you struggle. His heart breaks with yours. He sees the fight, the tears no one else knows about, the moments you almost gave up. And still, He stays. Still, He calls you His. You are not too broken. You are not too far. The cracks in your story don't scare Him. They're where His light breaks through. He loves you, not despite your brokenness, but right in the middle of it. Let's keep seeking Him together. Subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a moment. You might think God's love is fragile, like it could snap under the weight of your mistakes. But His love isn't fragile. It's fierce. It's steady. It's stronger than the darkest thing you've ever done. When Jesus touched the leper, He didn't flinch. When He met the woman caught in shame, He didn't condemn. And when He looks at you, He doesn't see someone unworthy. He sees someone worth dying for. That's not just poetry. That's the truth. You're not a burden to Him. You're not a project He's tired of fixing. You are the one He leaves the 99 to find. The one He runs to with joy, not hesitation. He doesn't cringe at your mess. He carries it. And in His hands, what was broken begins to become whole. Not all at once, not without pain, but always with purpose, always with love. Some days you don't need a solution. You just need to know you're still wanted, still chosen, still held. And that's exactly what God offers. Not a checklist to earn your way back, but a hand that reaches for you in the middle of the mess. You don't have to pretend you're okay. You don't have to hide the relapse, the anger, the numbness. He sees it all and stays. Because his love isn't scared of your darkest room. It walks in, sits down, and says, "I'm not leaving." That's what makes grace so scandalous. It refuses to let go, even when you think you deserve to be forgotten. And while you wrestle with whether you're lovable, God has already decided you are, completely. Not the future version of you, not the cleaned up version. You, right now. And he isn't backing away. He's drawing you close. You may look at your past and only see damage, but God sees a doorway. A place where his healing can enter, where your story can shift, where your pain becomes a platform for redemption. He doesn't erase what happened. He transforms it. Nothing is wasted with him. Not your mistakes, not your breakdowns, not even your silence. And the world may call you broken like it's a curse. But to God, brokenness isn't something to be ashamed of. It's sacred. It's the exact place where his love builds something new. He doesn't need you to be flawless. He just asks you to be honest, to stop hiding, to come home as you are. Because the truth is, he already knows everything, every failure, every fall, and still, he opens his arms, not reluctantly, joyfully. You are the story he still wants to write, the heart he still wants to heal. Maybe you've been told that healing only comes after change, that God will love you once you get it together. But that's not the gospel. That's fear disguised as religion. Real love, divine love, meets you first, before the shift, before the fix, before you've proved anything. That's how Jesus moved, not waiting at a distance, but stepping into broken places with mercy in his eyes. And he still moves like that, toward you, today. You don't have to earn a second chance. Grace already wrote it into your story. And even if you feel unlovable, he hasn't changed his mind. You are still his, still wanted, still held in hands that don't flinch, no matter how sharp the pieces have become. So breathe. You're not on trial. You're not one mistake away from being disqualified. You are one breath away from remembering you were never disqualified to begin with. This is not where your story ends. Not in the guilt, not in the shame, not in the silence that told you you were too far gone. The same God who formed you is the God who still calls you, not out of anger, but out of love. He's not waiting for perfection. He's reaching for connection. And right now, even in the place you think disqualifies you, he is closer than ever. The truth is, his love has never been about what you bring to the table. It's always been about what he already gave, himself, for you. Broken and beloved, flawed and chosen. So let that wall you've built crack just a little. Let the light in. You don't have to be fully healed to be fully His. You already are. What if your greatest shame became the very place God showed off His deepest love? Would you let Him in there? Tell me below. Someone else needs to see they're not alone.